Ну что же, дорогие друзья, всех раз снова приветствует на прохождении второй части культовой трилогии названием Mass Эффект, часть вторая. Как вы прекрасно понимаете, в первой части мы закончили тем, что мы спасли наш любимый совет, помогли противостоянию галактики против напутствующей, так сказать, военные проблемы таких как гетты, но теперь наша самая главная задача, мы попытаемся противостоять пожинателям, а потом и коллекторам, ну а дальше я не буду спорить, все увидите в третьей части. Результаты первой части у нас были таковы, что мы выбрали совет для того, чтобы он нам потом помогал в дальнейшем нашем прохождении второй и третьей части, так как он играет немалую роль в принятии определенных таких решений, а также боевых задач. Мы лишились одного члена экипажа, и по воле судьбы случилось так, что в игре нельзя сделать ничего, чтобы остались все живы, и мой выбор пал на Эшли Уильямс. Также я завязал роман с членом экипажа, это была Ляра Тисони, хотя я мог и завести абсолютно хоть с кем, но сколько раз я не проходил Mass Effect, почему-то всегда я старался свести с ней, так как она самая оптимальная для меня и тем более привлекательная как персонаж, несмотря на то, что я играю за женскую половину. Что касается официального уже релиза того, что кончилась игра тем, что мы победили гетов, убрали нашего главного бывшего спектра Сарана, и продвигаемся дальше по прохождению второй части. Теперь нам предстоит попасть в такую организацию, как Цербер, а также противостоять пожинателям и в будущем коллекторам. Так что погнали! Итак, имя у нас, как всегда, Джейн Шепард, ранг у нас 44, специализация солдат, психологический портрет у меня всегда был герой войны, по поводу того, что это единственная нормальная, адекватная, так сказать, презентация того, что мы действительно герои войны, герой Альянса, который воевал за всю Галактическую империю, включая не только свою человеческую расу, но и другие. Состояние Рекса у нас удовлетворительное, потому что с Рексом была на Вермайере определенная такая нештатная ситуация, в которой Рекс мог бы умереть, но я решил так, что Рекс должен жить, так как он не тот Кроган, который должен умирать от какого-то генофага, который придумал Сана для его цивилизации. Что касается без эти пропавшей, как я говорил, что мы сделали выбор в пользу Кайдена Оленко, мы потеряли Эшли Уильямс. Что касается совета, мы оставили его в живых. Поэтому все, что здесь написано, все переходит с нами во вторую часть. Поэтому начинаем. А вот наш призрак и Миранда. Это, так сказать, начальство Цербера. Миранда исполнитель, а призрак именно тот, кто держит всю организацию.
But they're sending her to fight Geth. Geth! We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow her. She's a hero, a bloody icon. But she's just one woman. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose her.
А вот и наша любимая Нормандия возвращается с Ила, последней планеты, на которой все и закончилось, где мы воевали с мятежниками, с геттами, а также потом на цитадели с самим Сараном. Кто прекрасно помнит, чем кончилась первая часть серии Mass Effect.
Disengaging FTL drives. Emission sinks active. Board is green. We are running silent.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel. Looks like a cruiser.
Doesn't match any known signatures.
А вот и наши друзья-пожинатели, именно те, кто будет нам противостоять во второй части, а потом придут коллекционеры. Ну, еще называют их коллекторами, везде по-разному. Вот и наш гость программы, капитан Шепард. Ну, не знаю насчет Альянса, мне кажется, вряд ли кто-то нам поможет, кроме нас самих. Ну-ка, давай-ка, чувак, чеши-ка отсюда лучше, быстрее. Now. Ну все, мы пойдем спасать Джокера. Надеюсь, он там еще живой. Спасательные капсулы затопят сейчас. Большая часть экипажа хотя бы спасется. Потому что Нормандия уже настолько в плачевном состоянии, что у меня такое ощущение, что ее скоро разорвет, по-моему. Пополам уже. Так, момент, ребята. Ну все, Джокер, пошли к тебе. Не переживай, Джокер, идем к тебе. Да. Красотища, конечно же. От Нормандии вообще ничего не осталось. Кроме металла и обломков. Джокер поставил по биополе, как я понимаю. Хорошо, хоть мы до него дойдем, наверное, да? Вон Джокер сидит, отлично. Чувак, ты там что завис-то? Давай валить отсюда. Да ты что гонишь, что ли? Давай, все, уходим. Давай, 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 вставай, пошли. Давай, 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 инвалид, блин. Давай нахрен вставай. Да какая рука, сука, пошли быстрее, блин. Давай, давай, шевели поршнями, блин. Давай, садись быстрее. Давай, 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 Джокер. Нахрен, блин. А нашего капитана выбросит в открытый космос. Все. Полетели. И от Нормандии ничего не осталось. Насколько я вижу, у Шепарда лопнула кислородная трубка. Соответственно, он потом сам задохнется. Ну вот так вот начинается эта вторая часть, дорогие друзья. Мы потеряем капитана Шепарда, нас найдет Цербер и сложит по кускам, и будем подчиняться мы теперь потом только лишь ему. Но об этом уже совсем другая история. Все увидите по мере прохождения.
Just another routine mission. Why do they always say that before a mission? Of course it's routine. You haven't done anything yet. It's everything that happens along the way. The choices you make. The paths you choose. That turn the routine into anything but. Of course, that's how it started. A routine mission. Answering a distress call. And look where that got me. We were testing out the Normandy, Captain Anderson's new ship, when the distress call came in. An Alliance patrol on Eden Prime had been attacked. They'd seen something they couldn't explain. Whatever it was massive. I hit the ground with my lieutenant, Caden Alenko. A good kid, loyal, by the book, with a talent for biotics. We came across the lone survivor of the patrol, Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams. A soldier to the core. Tough, disciplined, ready to take on whatever came her way. Ashley joined up with us and took us to the spot where she lost her squad. That's when we saw it. The ship. Like nothing I'd ever seen. It was massive, scorching the colony and everything around it as it blasted away. We followed the path of destruction to an artifact, a beacon left by a long-dead race called the Protheans. The colony had dug it up, and whoever attacked them had tried to take it. Lieutenant Alenko made the mistake of getting too close. It hit him with some type of energy. I grabbed him and threw him out of the way. That's when it hit me. Hard. Every muscle in my body went rigid. I couldn't move. Could barely breathe. Everything went black. And then I saw something. Vision. Dream. A nightmare. By the time I woke up, we were halfway to the Citadel on our way to meet the Council. I was expected to explain what I'd seen. Anderson came along. So did Udina, our political representative on the Citadel. With those two heavyweights, it seemed reasonable we could persuade the Council that the ship we'd seen was a potential threat. As was the individual behind the attacks. The main suspect for the Eden Prime massacre was a Turian Spectre named Saren. He'd been seen by one of the survivors from the colony at Eden Prime, and there was some evidence to suggest that the ship was connected to Saren. But even Udina's pointed accusations weren't enough to convince the Council. They just couldn't believe one of their chosen elite Spectres could be guilty of something like that. They needed proof, which meant I needed proof. Fortunately, I wasn't alone in my search. Garrus, another Turian, wanted to help. A top agent for Citadel security. Despite orders from his superiors that he shouldn't get involved, he told me he was suspicious of Saren and he had some useful leads. More importantly, he was willing to share them. That led me to Rex, the biggest, nastiest looking Krogan bounty hunter I'd ever seen. He turned out to be more than just a brute. It was his intel that led us to a fugitive with incriminating evidence on Saren. The fugitive turned out to be an energetic little Quarian named Tally. A tech expert with a knack for hacking. She'd procured some information on Saren. Evidence that proved Saren was dirty. Tali's evidence proved that Saren was responsible for the massacre on Eden Prime, and the immense warship we'd spotted was in fact Saren's flagship. But it went much further. Saren was trying to find a way to bring back a race of sentient machines from dark space. Machines allegedly responsible for cleansing the galaxy of all organic life. These Reapers were blamed for wiping out all life 50,000 years ago, including the Protheans, and disappearing back through the mass relays to dark space, leaving no trace that they'd ever been. That explained why Saren was after the beacon, and it made some sense out of my visions, but not much else. We couldn't convince the Council that the Reapers were a threat, but they agreed Saren had to be stopped. They stripped him of his Spectre status and gave me the honor of becoming the first human Spectre. My first task? Bring down Saren. Anderson decided to stay behind, giving up his ship, the Normandy. He told me I'd need it more than he would. He also pointed me in a direction. Liara. A Prothean expert, adept in biotics, and maybe most importantly, daughter of Benezia, Saren's top lieutenant. And like most Asari, as beautiful as she is intelligent, and born with a unique ability to meld with other species, Liara was able to help me decipher some of the vision the beacon had given me. Nothing concrete, but it gave me some clues. And a new appreciation for the Asari. Her technique for accessing my vision was unexpected, but not at all unpleasant. Caden was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere with the mission. I told Caden I wasn't interested in Liara. I had my eyes on someone else. But we agreed we wouldn't let it get in the way of our mission, finding Saren. Thanks to Liara's help, we had our next lead, Benezia. Saren had taken her to Novaria, where he'd enslaved the queen of a dangerous race of insect-like creatures, the Rachni. He ordered Benezia to use the same technique Liara had used on me to extract information from the Rachni queen. The queen's drones were everywhere, and they were not happy. We had to fight through hundreds of them to get to Benezia. By the time we arrived, Saren was gone, with the information. I tried to reason with Benezia, but Saren had indoctrinated her. He had somehow acquired the ability to control people's actions and wills. Benezia wouldn't surrender, and Liara was forced to watch her mother die in her arms. And I was left with an angry, dangerous Rachni queen to deal with. She claimed her drones would do no harm if I released her, but the Rachni had terrorized the galaxy before. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't doom an entire species for past sins. And the queen was true to her word. She left and took her army of drones with her. With Saren's top lieutenant dead, he was quickly running out of time and places to hide. I tracked him down at his base on Vermeer, but we soon learned it was more than a base of operations. It was a breeding ground. Saren was breeding an army of Krogan. He'd found a cure for the genophage, a disease inflicted on the Krogan to prevent them from breeding and taking over the galaxy. The Krogan Saren was breeding were slaves, mindless beasts that obeyed Saren's will. I had to destroy the base and all its research. Rex disagreed, violently. Rex wanted the genophage cure for his people. I tried to convince him to help me destroy it, that these Krogan weren't real, but he wouldn't back down. Fortunately, Rex is smarter than he looks. He realized this wasn't the way to help his people, and that Saren was the real threat. When we finally got to the center of the base, I realized just how close Saren was to completing his plan. He was already in communication with the Reapers. Sovereign, Saren's flagship we'd all assumed was just a ship, was a Reaper. It spoke to me, threatened me. I could feel the menace it had for every living thing. It wanted me dead. It wanted us all dead. And I knew it was capable of doing just that. What I couldn't understand was why Saren would help it. But there was no time to think about it. Sovereign knew where we were. We had to destroy the base and get the hell out. I split my team into 2 squads, sending Ash with one and Caden with the other as a distraction. We had a nuke and we planned to use it. Before we could detonate the bomb, Saren showed up. We fought. I stalled him to make time for my team. And in talking to him, I realized the truth. It wasn't Saren who was indoctrinating everyone. It was Sovereign, the Reaper. And Saren was in deeper than all of them. He tried to convince me he was still in control. Said he'd found a way to reduce the Reaper's influence, but he was kidding himself. Or believing the lies Sovereign was telling him. Before I could convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates. I tried, but I wasn't fast enough. I could only save one of them. Ash was a good friend, and a great soldier. But I had to choose, and I chose Caden. That was the last time Saren would slip away from me. I knew then, the next time we met, one of us would die. With my team mostly intact, we chased Saren and his army to Ilos, a long-lost planet that had once belonged to the Protheans. As we prepared for what we knew would be a desperate fight, I spoke to my crew. We were just one ship, against Saren's growing army. I assured them all that despite the odds, we could defeat him. But Caden saw through my words. He knew I was hurting after Ash's death. He could sense my doubts. We both knew this mission could be our last. Until that moment, we put our feelings aside for the sake of the mission. But why wait? We gave in to each other. And it was perfect. While it lasted. We arrived on Ilos close behind Saren. Once on the planet, we discovered a Prothean databank that helped me put the final pieces of my vision together. The Reapers had come 50,000 years ago, and every 50,000 years before that, each time purging the galaxy of life. The Protheans had fought and died like every species before them, but a few survived long enough to leave a parting gift. The Protheans had discovered that the Citadel was the key to controlling the mass relays. By sabotaging the Citadel, they found a way to close the relays to dark space, slowing the Reapers' return, giving us the time we needed to find a solution to stop the Reapers once and for all. Saren knew this. He was leading his army to take control of the Citadel and re-establish the relays to dark space, bringing the waiting Reapers here to destroy us all. We followed him to the Citadel. It was intact, but heavily damaged. It caught the Council fleets by surprise, and they were only now regrouping. And with Sovereign as his flagship, there was little hope that the fleets could counterattack with enough strength to take back the Citadel. But Saren was done running, and I was done chasing him. As the Alliance and Council fleets battled Saren's army outside the Citadel, I cornered the Turian bastard in the Citadel tower and confronted him. He died believing that the Reapers would save him. As I fought to regain control of the Citadel, the Council's flagship, the Destiny Ascension, fell under attack. Despite Saren's death, Sovereign and Saren's army continued to fight. The Council was aboard the Destiny Ascension and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our human Alliance fleet in jeopardy. The Council had to be saved. They represented the hearts and minds of the galactic community. Without them, the fleets would be in disarray. Even with the Citadel back in my control, Saren defeated and the Normandy leading the combined galactic fleet. The battle against Sovereign, a single Reaper, was relentless. It took the combined fleets of humanity and the other races, but in the end, Sovereign fell. But the costs were immense. While humanity's efforts in the war earned us our first seat on the Council, it was a hollow victory. The Reapers were still out there. I knew the fight was far from over, but as the one who'd led the fight against Saren, I was given new responsibilities. The choice of humanity's first counselor was left to me to decide. On the one hand, Udina, the lifetime politician, ruthless and ambitious, he would easily navigate the political landmines that would soon be placed before him. The other choice, Captain Anderson, the career soldier, tough but fair. But a friend, and someone I could trust. Both great leaders in their own right.
Ну, конечно же, капитан Андерсон. Тут без вариантов абсолютно.
Anderson didn't want the job, which was a sure sign he'd be perfect for it. No ambition to get in the way. The war was over. The threat had passed. In time, the Council would rebuild itself. The Citadel could be repaired. Even the pain of lost friends would fade. But none of that mattered if the Reapers were still out there. And if they were all as powerful as Sovereign, we had to find a way to stop them. I had to find a way. I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned cleanup duty, routing out any remnants of Saren's army. Just another routine mission.
Ну вот, краткий курс первой части нам пересказали. Дословно, в принципе. Ну а теперь мы смотрим, что с нами будет делать Цербер. Для того, чтобы вернуть нас к жизни.
Commander Shepard has been recovered. The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
Вот и командир Шепард. Утвердить нежность, внешность на стати осталась та же самая. Теперь надо подумать, кого нам выбрать. Солдат обладает навыком ведения боя, никто не сможет с ним выносить владение средним оружием специальных патронов. Вот либо штурмовик, но штурмовик тоже такой себе. Ладно, не будем изменять традициям. Поехали.
She's reacting to outside stimuli, showing an awareness of her surroundings. Oh my God, Miranda. I think she's waking up.
Damn it, Watson. She's not ready yet. Give her the sedative. Shepard, don't try to move. Just lie still. Try to stay calm.
Heart rate's still climbing. Brain activity is off the charts. Stats pushing into the red zone. It's not working.
Another dose. Now.
Heart rate dropping. Stats falling back into normal range. It was too close. We almost lost her.
I told you your estimates were off. Run the numbers again.
Только что воскресили и чуть мы не отъехали, да?
Wake up, Commander.
Даже на лице шрама до сих пор остались. А чтобы они у нас пропали, нужно выполнять благие дела. Где я нахрен вообще не понял.
Pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
It's a med bay. We'll get you a clip from. Damn, keep your head down, Shepard. Shield yourself from the blast.
Ну.
Someone's hacking security trying to kill you. Look for a thermal clip for your pistol.
Да. Я затупил, блин, управление, конечно, другое совсем. Ну, от первой. Так, куда нам? Что по карте-то? Понятно. Ну, побежали.
They've seen us.
Take the elevator down one floor.
Так, давай, пошли.
Hurry, get to the door, run. You're doing fine, Shep. Head to the next room and I'll try to beat you. Shepard, free me. I've got them closing in on my position.
Так, подожди.
Progress is slow, but subject shows signs of recovery. Major organ log update. The cost of this project is estimated.
Собираю все данные, да? Я бы сейчас еще вспомнил, как это делается. Ну-ка, подожди. Пока это все вспомнишь, блин, как это все делается. Уровень 2. Ну-ка, давай, погнали. Да, не повезло чуваку. Джейкоб, что ли?
You were still a work in progress.
Are you with Miranda?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot this is all new to you right now. I'm Jacob Taylor. I've been stationed here for—
Hostiles detected.
Damn it! Things must be worse than I thought if Miranda's got you running around. I'll fill you in, but we better get you to the shuttle first.
I know this isn't the best time, but I'm sick of stumbling around when I don't know what's going on.
Fair enough. I'll give you the quick version. You and your ship were attacked and destroyed. You were killed. Dead as dead can be when they brought you here. Our scientists spent the last 2 years putting you back together. You've been comatose.
Ни хрена себе, 2 года возвращали нас к жизни, обалдеть, блин.
Welcome back to your life.
I'm having trouble wrapping my head around this.
Yeah, I can imagine. The Alliance officially declared you killed in action. A whole galaxy thinks you're dead.
Классно, еще
If we
галактика
don't get
считает,
to
что я
those
умер.
shuttles, they'll be right.
Were there any other survivors from the Normandy?
I'll tell you what. You help me finish off these mechs, and I'll play 20 questions with you all day.
Ну давай.
Thermal clips, but I'm a biotic. Just give the order when you want me to hit them with the good stuff. That's it.
Вот это вот вообще прям пачка вот это вот сделали, адреналин прям классно смотрится.
I promise I'd answer your questions. What do you want to know?
What's your job here?
Depends on who you ask. Technically, I'm Miranda's top lieutenant, but I'm just a soldier. I served 5 years in the Alliance before this. Now I'm in charge of the station's security. Usually a lot more dull than this. Normally I don't fire my gun unless it's target practice.
When I first woke up, someone named Miranda was talking to me over the radio. We lost contact just before I ran into you.
Miranda Lawson is the station's ranking officer. She led the Lazarus team. It was her job to bring you back to life, no matter what. Should have guessed she'd try to save you. She's not about to give up on you now. You said you lost contact. Could you tell what was happening?
There was some gunfire and an explosion right before I lost her.
She knows how to take care of herself. But I hope she's okay.
So
Так.
they spent 2 years rebuilding me. How bad were my injuries?
I'm no doctor, but it was bad. When I first saw you, you were nothing but meat and tubes. Anywhere else, they'd have put you in a coffin. But Project Lazarus was different. Cutting-edge technology.
What do you mean, cloning? Cybernetics?
I don't know the details. You'd have to ask the scientists. But I'm pretty sure you're not a clone. They wanted to bring you back exactly as you were. You're still you. You just might have a few extra bits and pieces now.
Can you tell me about the project? Were there other test subjects?
Project Lazarus only had one subject. The whole point was to bring you back. Just you. Even that was a challenge. 2 years. All the top scientists. The best technology money could buy.
The last thing I remember is the Normandy blowing up. Did anyone else make it?
Just about everybody survived. A few servicemen from the lower decks didn't get out.
Фурман Пресли, ну да, я помню это по ролику, что он погиб.
Everyone else, including the non-alliance crew, the Asari, Liara, and the Quarian, they all made it out alive.
Do you know what any of them are doing now?
I don't know, Commander. It's been 2 years. They've moved on. Left the Alliance. Could be anywhere.
They were my team. If they knew I was alive, they'd come back.
Maybe you can track them down after we get off the station. If we get off the station.
Да, выберемся, давай, погнали.
Quickest way to those shuttles.
Давай, не
Depends where the
ссы.
mechs are thickest. It's probably best if we...
Check. Anyone on this frequency? Anybody still alive?
Уилсон?
Hello?
Wilson, this is Jacob. I'm here with Commander Shepard. Just took out a wave of mechs over in D-Wing.
Shepard's alive? How the hell? Never mind. You need to get her out of there. Get to the service tunnels and head for the network control room.
Roger that, Wilson. Stay on this frequency.
Что за чмо было?
I remember a Wilson checking on me one time when I woke up.
That's him. He's the chief medical tech. Answers directly to Miranda. Come on. The service tunnels are this way. Coming!
The whole station is crawling with mechs. I'm doing the best I can.
Fire!
Wilson, find us another route out.
Oh god. They found me. Help.
Wilson,
Давай, давай,
where are you?
пошли.
Server room B. Hurry. They're out of control.
Да ладно, не ори, блин.
Physical reconstruction of subject is complete, but we still need to evaluate all mental and neurological functions. Our orders were clear. Make Commander
Так,
Shepard
подожди, я не
was
понял.
before the explosion. The same mind, the same moral
пошли сюда.
Shepard, down here! Bastards got me in the leg!
You were there the first time I regained consciousness.
Yeah, that was me. How about we talk about this after we fix my leg?
Should be some medi-gel in the first aid station on the wall. Hopefully there's enough to get him up and moving again.
Grab the medi-gel from the first aid station on the wall.
Ну давай, вставай.
Thanks, Shepard. Never thought you'd save my life. Guess that makes us even now. I thought maybe I could shut down the security mechs, but whoever did this fried the whole system. Completely irreversible.
We didn't ask what you were doing. Why do you even have security mech clearance? You were in the bio wing.
Weren't you listening? I came here to try and fix this. Besides, I was shot. How do you explain that?
You're all strangers to me. Let's get someplace safe and then we'll sort out whose fault it is.
Right, Shepard. We need to find Miranda. We can't leave her behind.
Forget about Miranda. She was over in D-Wing. The mechs were all over that sector. There's no way she survived.
A bunch of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
Then where is she? Why haven't we heard from her? There are only two possible explanations. She's either dead, or she's a traitor.
Then why did she wake me up and warn me about the attack?
Okay, maybe she's not a traitor, but that doesn't change the facts. We're here, she's not. We need to save ourselves. The shuttle bay is only a few.
О, бригада
Overload the
подтянулась.
canisters to clear a path to the shuttle.
Mechs don't know when to quit.
The fastest way to the shuttles is through those canisters.
That's it. Let's get out of here.
Да, то вот так
Okay, we
работает.
took him down, but this is getting tense. Shepard, if I tell you who we work for, will you trust me?
This really isn't the time, Jacob.
We won't make it if she's expecting a shot in the back.
If you want to piss off the boss, it's your ass, Jacob.
The Lazarus Project, the program that rebuilt you. It's funded and controlled by Cerberus.
I think I ran into Cerberus a few times while I was investigating Saren. Some kind of pro-human splinter group, right?
Well, that's what the Alliance wants people to believe. But there's more to it. The Alliance declared you dead. They gave up. Cerberus spent a fortune to bring you back. Look, I'd be suspicious too. But right now we have to work together. I thought you deserved to know what's what. Once we're off the station, I'll take you to the elusive man. He'll explain everything. I promise.
Well, if I won't get any more answers here, let's get moving.
It's not much farther to the shuttle bay.
Давай, пошли. Время, деньги.
Threat detected. Rerouting power. Critical system damage. Designed for specialized ammunition.
Ну-ка. Я бы еще вспомнил, как это делается вообще прям. Ой, блин, тут... А, ясно. Херня, блин. Что-то я тупняк какой-то ловлю, блин. Подожди, блин. Потому что бывает, когда 10 лет в игру не играешь.
Through here. We're almost at the... Miranda, but you were...
Нормально.
Dead?
What the hell are you doing?
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
If you say so. What's our next step?
We get on the shuttle and go. My boss wants to speak to you.
You mean the elusive man? I know you work for Cerberus.
Ah, Jacob. I should have known your conscience would get the better of you.
Lying to the commander isn't the way to get her to join our cause.
Well, since we're getting everything out in the open, is there anything else you want to ask before we go, Commander?
Convenient that you show up as we're leaving. Where were you during the attack?
Besides trying to save your life? Wilson figured out I was helping you and he sent an army of mechs to take me out. I got here as soon as I could. Probably a little too soon if you ask Wilson.
What about the rest of the people on the station?
This is the evac area. If they're not here now, they're not coming.
We can't leave without knowing for sure. We need to go back and look.
Don't you get it? The only one worth saving is you. Everyone else is expendable.
She's right. We all knew the risks when we signed up. Without you, there's no point to any of this.
Where are we going?
Another Cerberus facility. The elusive man is waiting for you there.
I'm not sure I trust you.
This is the only shuttle off the station. You want to stay and rot with the mechs? Be my guest.
You're the Lazarus Project's director, aren't you?
That's right. I put 2 years of my life into this project. Into you.
What does Cerberus want from me?
Maybe you should ask the elusive man when you meet him. He poured virtually unlimited resources into Lazarus. Obviously, he has some kind of plan for you.
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Пошли, короче, на челнок. Пообщаемся с призраком. Посмотрим, что нам интересного он расскажет.
Before you meet with the elusive man, we need to ask a few questions to evaluate your condition.
Come on, Miranda. More tests? Shepard took down those mechs without any trouble. That has to be good enough.
It's been 2 years since the attack. The elusive man needs to know that Shepard's personality and memories are intact. Ask the questions.
This is a waste of time. I feel as good as ever.
The sooner we start, the sooner we can be done. Start with personal history.
Okay. Records show you were a spacer kid. Raised mostly on one ship or another. You enlisted and won a medal fighting Batarians during the Skillian Blitz. Do you remember that?
A lot of lives depended on me holding that position. I did what I had to.
However you want to put it, it was damn impressive. I had friends who were there. Satisfied, Miranda?
Almost. Let's try something more recent. Vermeer, where you destroyed Saren's cloning facility. You had to leave one of your squad behind to die in the blast.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams was killed in action. It was your call. Why did you leave her behind?
I left a friend to die that day and I didn't do it casually. But I had to save as many people as I could. Ash gave her life for the rest of the team. Without her, I couldn't have stopped Saren. She died a hero.
I understand, Commander. And I wasn't judging your decision. Everybody at Cerberus knows that cloning facility had to be destroyed.
There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes. The memories are there, and I can vouch for Shepard's combat skills personally.
I suppose you're right. We'll have to hope the elusive man accepts our little field test as evidence enough.
Проверили нашу профпригодность на память, да? И как видимо, она работает. Ну что, где там этот призрак?
The elusive man is waiting for you in the other room.
Шкаф для брони. Сейчас мы себе сделаем броню, блин. Где красный? О. Вот и все. Так, здесь должен быть у нас допрос с Цербером. Сейчас нас призрак. Так, здравствуйте, а я глава этой корпорации. Можно с вами пообщаться?
Commander Shepard.
Elusive man. I thought we'd be meeting face to face.
Unnecessary precaution. Not unusual for people who know what you and I know.
You might be the reason I'm still alive, but that doesn't mean I trust you.
You need to put your personal feelings aside. Humanity is up against the greatest threat of our brief existence.
The Reapers.
Good to see your memory's still intact. How are you feeling?
You need to earn the right to ask me those kinds of questions.
Cerberus isn't as evil as you believe. You and I are on the same side. We just have different methods.
Cut to the chase. What are the Reapers doing that made you decide to bring me back?
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack. While you've been sleeping, entire colonies have been disappearing. Human colonies. We believe it's someone working for the Reapers. Just as Saren and the Geth-aided Sovereign. You've seen it yourself. You bested all of them. That's just one reason we chose you.
Nothing you say is going to convince me to trust you. I need more than words.
I'd be disappointed if I could persuade you that easily. Go and see for yourself. I have a shuttle ready to take you to Freedom's Progress, the latest colony to be abducted. Miranda and Jacob will brief you.
Is this a volunteer job, or am I being volunteered?
You always have a choice, Shepard. If you don't find the evidence we're both looking for, we can part ways. But first, go to Freedom's Progress. Find any clues you can. Who's abducting the colonies? Do they have any connection to the Reapers? I brought you back. It's up to you to do the rest.
Ну ладно, посмотрим колонию твою. Финишник, да? Тысячи опыта, обследовать колонию. Мухрю, да?
The elusive man is very impressed with you. I'm eager to see if you can live up to his expectations on this mission.
I never got a chance to say how much I appreciated what the Lazarus Project did for me.
I just hope it was worth it. A lot of people lost their lives on that station.
We have to work together here. Your attitude isn't helping anything.
I have the utmost respect for your abilities, Shepard. It's your motivations that concern me. I believe in what Cerberus stands for. Only time will tell if you prove to be an asset or a liability to our cause.
Так, текущее задание.
What can you tell me about this colony we're going to?
Freedom's Progress? It's a typical human settlement in the Terminus systems. They had a small military force for protection.
Надо цвет, наверное, поменять броничку прям. Какой-то, блин, не такой.
Completely unremarkable until the disappearance.
Any thoughts on what we might run into there?
A lot of empty buildings and one giant mystery.
It's obvious you're
We've got an assignment. We can talk about it or we can do it.
Так. Во, самое оптимальное. Так, задание выполнено. Тоже задание. Преимущество от переноса. 1000 единиц опыта, уровень 2. 20 кредитов, 2500 элементов. Но все вот это надо будет тратить на 190 очков героя. Получается, за ту первую часть я заработал почти 200 очков, да? Перенося в игру богатого персонажа массы эффект, вы получаете приз 100 тысяч кредитов. Гранатомет, кредиты. Закрыть отсчет. Все, погнали дальше. Не, вот в плане того, что перенос, конечно, это хорошо. Будет проще договариваться сейчас с некоторыми персонажами.
We should be there shortly, Shepard. The elusive man put us under your command. Do you have any orders?
Our first priority is to look for survivors.
That's unlikely, Commander. No one was left at the other colonies. They were completely deserted.
Be nice to find somebody. Anything's better than another ghost town.
Так, вот мы и приземлились. Сейчас надо стволы проверить. И дальше можно двигаться. Новое оружие, говоришь, да? Два, да? Так, это получается мои скиллы. Это Миранда, да? Информация и перегруз, да, идет. Ну что, готовы пострелять? Ну погнали тогда. Да, то чувство, когда ты в Mass Effect не играл вторую лет, наверное, 8.
Strange. No bodies, no structural damage, no signs of battle.
Ну да, что-то больно все тихо. Скорее всего, нас кто-то уже ждет. Да, пойдем посмотрим за этой дверью, что там. Ни хрена мне вдули, блин. Чуть меня не грохнули, блин. Так, аптечка. Ну чё, пошли дальше. Enemy down. Здравствуйте. Стоять. Дали, что ли? Охренеть. Охренеть. А ты думала?
Cerberus rebuilt me, Tally. In return, they asked me to investigate these attacks on human colonies.
You'll pardon us for not taking you at your word, Cerberus.
We're well within our rights to investigate attacks on a human colony. I'd like to know what the Quarians are doing here.
Weapons down, Praza. Whatever's going on here, I don't think we need another fight. One of our people was here on pilgrimage. His name was Vitor. We came to find him.
Isn't that a little strange? A Quarian visiting a remote human colony?
Quarians can choose where they go on pilgrimage. Vitor liked the idea of helping a small settlement. He was always nervous in crowds.
She means that he was unstable. Combine that with damage to his CO2 scrubbers and an infection from an open-air exposure, and he's likely delirious.
When he saw us landing, he hid in a warehouse on the far side of town. We suspect he also programmed the mechs to attack anything that moved.
Vitor's the only one who can tell us what happened here. We should work together to find him.
Good idea. You'll need 2 teams to get past the drones anyway.
Now we're working with Cerberus?
No, Praza. You're working for me. If you can't follow orders, go wait on the ship. Head for the warehouse through the center of the colony. We'll circle around the far side and draw off some of the drones to clear you a path.
Так,
Make sure to keep in radio
ну
contact.
что, выполняем
Will do.
тогда.
Good luck, Shepard. See you on the far side.
У нас вариантов нету.
Be careful, Shepard. There's a squad of security drones up ahead.
Так.
We've been spotted.
Башка лопнула, да? Так, давай, пошли, пошли, пошли.
Use overload on him.
Хрена себе больно, блин. Да понял тебя, не кричи ты. Так. Какого вообще хрена тут происходит? Что я как-то вообще на рассусе играю прям.
Get your squad into cover and I'll open the loading bay doors. We'll take cover by the doors. Shepard, you take point. Affirmative.
Sure thing.
Давай, давай.
Take point, Shepard. We'll cover the door.
Так я занял. Что вы там тормозите-то? О, Робокоп пришел. Че вы стоите? Бегите нахрен уже быстрее, блин. Ну, блин.
Those Quarians never stood a chance.
This is gonna be one tough son of a bitch to take down.
Ничего, завалим, не переживай.
Overload will take out their shields.
Ну, давай. Вот и все, до свидания.
This is your chance to go find Vitor while I tend to the wounded, Shepard. He's probably somewhere.
Ладно, понял тебя, услышал. А вот и дядя наш.
No monsters, no swarms. No.
Vitor?
No, Vitor. Not here. Swarms can't find. Monsters coming. Have to hide.
Nobody's gonna hurt you anymore.
I don't think he can hear you, Commander.
Have to hide. Mechs will protect. Swarms.
Успел, блин, нажать.
human. Where did you hide? How come they didn't find you?
Who didn't find us?
The monsters. The swarms. They took everyone.
Why didn't the colonists fight back, Vitor? What happened?
You don't know. You didn't see. But I see everything.
Looks like security footage. He must have pieced it together manually.
What the hell is
Вот
that?
сейчас мы посмотрим на эту картину. Это что такое? Гетто, что ли? А, коллекционер это. Еще лучше.
Is that some kind of alien?
They're a species from somewhere beyond the Omega-4 relay. Only a few people have ever seen one in person.
They usually work through intermediaries, like slavers or hired mercenaries. If they're involved with the Reapers somehow, it could explain what happened to the colonies.
The Collectors have advanced technology. They could have a weapon that disables an entire settlement at once.
The Seeker swarms. No one can hide. The Seekers find you, freeze you. Then the monsters take you away.
What happened next?
The monsters took the people onto the ship, and then they left. The ship flew away. But they'll be back for me. No one escapes.
I think that's probably all we're getting out of him, Commander.
Спасибо, Витор, за информацию.
You were very helpful.
I studied them. The monsters. The swarms. I recorded them with my Omni tool. Lots of readings. Electromagnetic. Dark energy.
We need to get this data to the elusive man. Grab the quarry and call the shuttle to come pick us up.
А вот Италия.
Vitor is injured. He needs treatment, not an interrogation.
We won't hurt him. We just need to see if he knows anything else. He'll be returned unharmed.
Your people tried to betray us once already. If we give him to you, we'll never get the intel we need.
Praza was an idiot, and he and his men paid for it. You're welcome to take Vitor's Omnitool data, but please, just let me take him.
He's traumatized and he needs medical care. Tali will give us the Omnitool data and take him to the flotilla.
Understood, Commander.
Thank you, Shepard. I'm glad you're still the one giving the orders. Good luck out there. If I find anything that can help you, I'll let you know.
А ты, Тали, думала, что приказы дают они мне? Да ну нахрен. До сих пор у Ля командир Шепард. Что, сейчас нас призрак будет разносить?
Good work on Freedom's progress. The Quarians forwarded their findings from Vitor's debriefing. No new data, but it's a surprising olive branch given our history. You and I have different methods, but I can't argue with your results.
You ever think about playing nice once in a while?
Diplomacy is great when it works, but difficult when everyone already perceives you as a threat. But more importantly, you confirm the Collectors are behind the abductions.
Tell me what you know about these Collectors.
They periodically travel to the Terminus systems, looking to gather seemingly unimportant items or specimens, usually in exchange for their technology. When their transactions are complete, they disappear as quickly as they arrived, back beyond the unmapped Omega-4 relay. Until now, we've had no evidence of direct aggression by the Collectors.
Why is the Omega-4 relay unmapped? What do we know about it?
Only that no ship passing through it has ever returned. Our best guess is that the relay reacts differently to Collector vessels, allowing them safe passage. If they can manipulate relays, that's just further evidence of the connection with the Reapers.
Any ideas on why they've shifted their focus to humans?
If they're agents for the Reapers, it could be any number of reasons. Obviously, humanity played a huge role in Sovereign's destruction. That might have been enough to draw their attention. What really concerns me is why they bother abducting the colonists. Once the humans are paralyzed, why not just kill them?
What are the Collectors getting from these deals?
The Collectors aren't very forthcoming about their motives. Generally, they seek out species with rare genetic mutations or abnormalities. They pay slavers and merc groups exorbitant sums to obtain these specimens, and then they leave. But they've never targeted a single species before, and the previous sample sizes were in the dozens, not the tens of thousands.
You're holding something back. How do you know the Reapers are involved?
The patterns are there, buried in the data. The Council and the Alliance want to believe the Reaper threat died with Sovereign. You and I know better. I won't wait until the Reapers are on the march. We need to take the fight to them.
If this is a war, I'll need an army, or a really good team.
I've already compiled a list of soldiers, scientists, and mercenaries. You'll get dossiers on the best of them. Finding them and convincing them to work with you could be challenging, but you're a natural leader. I'll continue to track the collectors. When they make their next appearance, I'll notify you and your team. Be ready.
Keep your list. I want people I trust. The ones who helped me stop Saren and the Geth.
That was 2 years ago, Commander. Most of them have moved on, or their allegiances have changed.
Ну-ка, поспрашиваем.
Where's Caden Alenko?
He's still with the Alliance. Promoted, I believe. His file is surprisingly well classified.
Засекречено.
Where's Erdnot Rex?
He returned to Chichanka, and he hasn't gone off-world in over a year. He's trying to unite the Krogan clans.
What about Tali? She already helped us on Freedom's Progress.
That was unexpected. I need more intel before I'll commit to that.
Where's Garrus Vicarian?
The Turian disappeared a few months after you were declared dead. Even we haven't been able to locate him.
Where's Liara Tisoni?
She's on Ilium. My sources say that she's working for the Shadow Broker. If so, she can't be trusted.
Okay, I get it. They're not available.
You're a leader, Shepard. You'll get who you need.
I'm still a Spectre. Maybe I can get the Council to help us out.
If you think you could convince them, by all means. Just remember, you've been gone a long time. Things have changed.
You worry about the collectors. I'll make sure my team's ready.
Good. 2 things before you go. First, head to Omega and find Morden Solus. He's a brilliant Solarian scientist. Our intelligence suggests he may know how to counteract the Collector's paralyzing seeker swarms.
Sounds good. And what else?
I found a pilot I think you might like. I hear he's
Неужели это Джокер, да?
Someone you can trust.
Оба-на, а вот и Джокер.
Hey, Commander. Just like old times, huh?
I can't believe it's you,
Охренеть не
Joker.
Look
встать.
who's talking. I saw you get spaced.
Got lucky. With a lot of strings attached. How'd you get here?
It all fell apart without you, Commander. Everything you stirred up, the Council just wanted it gone. The team was broken up, record sealed, and I was grounded. The Alliance took away the one thing that mattered to me. Hell yeah, I joined Cerberus.
You really trust the elusive man?
Well, I don't trust anyone who makes more than I do. But they aren't all bad. Saved your life, let me fly, and there's this. They only told me last
Сейчас
night.
посмотрим на Нормандию, которая модернизированная от Цербера. Но, так сказать, конечно, она намного круче, чем предыдущая Нормандия. Вот именно на этой милашке мы и будем потом совершать наши боевые похождения.
It's good to be home, huh, Commander?
I guess we'll have to give her a name.
Какое там имя? Нормандия? Какое можно еще и дать ей имя? Итак, задача выполнена. Итоги задания, что мы напали на базу, путь свободы, а виновницами была коллекционеры. Витор уцелел, вернулся на мигрирующий флот с Талией Зорой. Мы постараемся добыть его инструмент, максимум полезной информации. Кредитов нам дали 18 кэсов, отсчет закрыт, поэтому выдвигаемся на Нормандию. Заодно хоть посмотрим на наш новый корабль. Заодно и посмотрим наш предстоящий путь. Как нам сказал призрак, нужно найти Мордрина, уникального ученого. Ну, Джокера рубка, конечно, классная. Да, что сказать, конечно, Цербер запотел, чтобы Нормандию максимально эффективно сделать.
Welcome aboard the new Normandy, Commander.
I've been looking over the dossiers. I'd strongly recommend starting by acquiring Morden Solus, the Solarian professor on Omega. We know the Collectors use some type of advanced technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to protect us.
And without that countermeasure, we'll be helpless if we ever run into the Collectors.
Acquiring Professor Solus seems like the most logical place to start.
Who are you?
I am the Normandy's artificial intelligence.
Искусственный интеллект Нормандии.
Helmsmen aren't happy when someone takes control of a ship away from them, especially Joker.
I do not helm the ship. Mr. Moreau's talents will not go to waste. During combat, I operate the electronic warfare and cyber warfare suites. Beyond that, I cannot interface with the ship's systems. I observe and offer analysis and advice. Nothing more.
I'm guessing it takes more than just the three of us plus Joker to fly this ship?
The Normandy has a full crew. They're at their stations awaiting your orders.
Final preparations for takeoff are complete, Commander. When you're ready to go, just pick a destination from the galaxy map and the CIC and I'll plot a course.
Jacob and I should return to our posts. Come find us if you have any questions.
Удачи, сержант. Так, ну что же, пойдем пообщаемся со всей командой, посмотрим, что у нас вообще есть. У нас тем более арсенал, карта галактики, личный покой капитана, личный состав, в котором надо сейчас познакомиться. Лифт у нас в 3 отсека, насколько здесь я помню, идет. Пообщаемся, посмотрим. Да, вот правильно, каюта капитана. И техническая лаборатория. Итак, что касается карты. Карта галактики, личный терминал, голограмма, сельский терминал, да? Ну вот это уже идет дополнение DLC. Касуми, Заид и Алкер, да. Те, кто нам будут помогать при прохождении второй части. Ну что, пойдем с Джокером вначале пообщаемся. Я думаю, что он рад будет. Ну что, Джокер, рассказывай. Самое главное, Джокер, кожаные сиденья, да, конечно же.
Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I like the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about.
Как рак у корабля. Да ладно, чё ты?
It's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
Yeah, you were such a downer.
Зачет пройден, Джокер. Так, голограмма Нормандии, ну-ка. Ну это понятно, это вот. Секретарь Чемберс.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Ms. Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound.
Yes. I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Elusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
В смысле? Ты чё, лесба, что ли?
Do more than catch you, Kelly.
Now that's an enticing thought. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Ну ни хрена себе.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk with
Удачи. Личный терминал, обзор улучшений. Так, про совершенствование, непрочитанные сообщения, договор. Ага. Так. Ну-ка, что у нас здесь? Шкафчик для оружия. Это что? Это Сузи. Шепард. Но это надо будет все покупать, искать, смотреть, да? О, Джейкоб, братан, здорово.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the Elusive Man walks his talk. And you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
Честь имею. Так, техническая лаборатория у нас закрыта, потому что туда надо отправить Тали. Хотя Тали должна быть со мной, но пока что ее со мной нет. Соответственно... Так, что у нас тут? Зал совещаний. А, ну это Сузи, да? Все понятно. Так. Спасибо, Келли. Так, давай-ка в каюту капитана отправимся. Сейчас мы там все посмотрим. Сейчас надо тут музычку подрубить. Так, броня, ну-ка подожди. Окей. Так. Ну, потом все надо будет в аквариум рыбок купить. Каюты экипажа надо тоже посетить.
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
Nice to see a familiar face, Doctor.
I feel the same. I wish more of the original crew could be here. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander,